So it's Tyrex 101 here again with part 2 of the T-Rex versus Giganotosaurus, this time with the actual battle between the two large carnivores. So this ends up starting off with two guys that seemingly have not engine trouble, but I forgot what you call it, but the Triceratops sin has blocked their path. They get out, then it runs at them and destroys their vehicle. So after walking around looking for, some way to get around, they end up stumbling across Rexy. And Rexy then, realizes the Giga just pulls up randomly and they just start roaring and getting ready to fight. And one of the guys says to land the line, "Oh, this isn't about us," and it runs out of the way right as Rexy lunges at the Giga, grabbing the Giga by its neck and pushing the Giga into a large rock. And the fight is really kind of short. The both of them get their licks in, but really can see that Rexy's struggling. Once the Giga gets its jaws around Rexy, it immediately slams her to the ground. Rexy's able to, kick the Giga. The Giga trips and just falls face first, giving Rexy enough time to get up. Then as the fight goes on again, happens once again, is definitely, a little bit more difficult for Rexy, definitely, but she is still able to get her hits in. But then the Giga grabs her by her tail, slides her along the ground, and throws her into a rock. And I thought this would have knocked her out, but it doesn't. She's still up, and the Giga grabs onto her, shakes her neck, and she stops moving. And the Giga, I guess, assumes she's dead, then turns around to the human cast and walks up to them. As the Giga stands above them ready to attack, Rexy lunges in, pushing the Giganotosaurus into an object, bites its neck, and, swings it around. And the Giga's able to get free from Rexy's attack, grabs Rexy, just starts to pull over Rexy's face. As it's doing this, Rexy roars in pain, and Giga easily gets the edge back over Rexy and throws her to the side, this time stepping on Rexy, so kind of making it hard probably for her to breathe, and probably the impact of its foot slamming against her head probably knocked her out. But Giga roars, and as it goes back to the main cast, or I guess not necessarily the main cast, but just the two characters that are there, it stands above them, and all of a sudden we hear the roar of the Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus walks in, and the Giga immediately spots it, and the two of them begin to fight, allowing the two men that were there to hop in their vehicle and drive off without being ripped apart. As this fight begins to start, the Spino definitely is using its arms to slash at the Giga. It manages to get a few bites in, but the Giga shoving the Spino around. It's definitely a interesting fight, and the Spino definitely is probably getting ragdoll pretty much the same as Rexy. The Giga grabbing and throwing the Spino. Not throwing, but it's kind of like hitting its head against the Spinos and pushing it to the side. Eventually, though, the Giga manages to rip off one of the Spino's arms or hands, rips off his hand, and Spino roars in pain and backs away, and the Giga runs up and slams the Spino against something while grabbing onto its neck, and this allows the Giga to step on the Spino and get its victory as lightning flashes in the background as it seems like it's hopeless for T-Rex, for Espino. All of a sudden, Rexy gets up. We see Rex's head pop up behind the Giga, and the Giga, I guess, kind of realizes something as it probably smells her, probably smells or just senses something, when all of a sudden, bam, Rexy clamps onto the Giga's tail. The Giga screeches in pain as he steps off of the Spinosaurus. He tries to reach behind him to grab Rexy, but most likely Rexy's probably like moving around so the Giga can't grab her. And the reason she probably holds on for this long is probably because she realizes that she can't beat the Giga. So she's probably hoping or praying that Spino gets back up to help her. So she's probably just holding on for dear life at the moment. And as she's holding on, the Giga's roaring, and you can see it for a moment try to like reach behind it, as we see from the Spino's POV as it lunges in for the Giga and grabs the Giga by its upper jaw. The Giga tries to bite, but the Spino holding in the position it does, this pretty much leaves the Giga defenseless, as it can't really do much as Rexy holds the Giga in place, or the Spino twists and slashes and bites on, eventually snapping the neck of the Giga as the Giga drops to the ground. Rexy sniffs the Giga, and then after realizing the Giga's dead, roars. They both roar in their victory over the Giganotosaurus. You don't exactly see what happens next between them, but I can agree it probably would have been Rexy or the Spino just walking off. I definitely think the Spino got worse in this battle. I mean, not worse, but got more injured. I mean, it literally is missing a hand. It's probably going to get infected and might even die. But whatever happens, I definitely think I would rate this fight 7 out of 10. The only reason is it's not too long, and I don't know, I don't know, I think I rate the Scorpius one as a little high. Scorpius Rex one's a little higher. They do seem to be a little smoother, at least. To me, at least, but they both are great. These are just, T-Rex vs. Giga was a great animation. Thanks to EGM for making this, and subscribe to me, and go subscribe to EGM. Definitely go subscribe to EGM, and goodbye.